Yeah, 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 yeah. Goddamn. It's a summer jam, what we say, huh? Cosmic mind, nigga. All up in your spine, nigga. Niggas, huh? Hey, I missed you so much. Hey, don't lose motherfucking touch. I goddamn it missed you so much. Hey, don't lose motherfucking touch, baby. Where are we at? Royal Rising, Namaste, Ashe, and we gonna let the what? Players. We gonna let the players play. We gonna let the players play today, baby. Royal Risings, hope all is well, man. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Guess what? Guess where you are? We at Cozmik Mind UV. Is what? Is what? Is where you need to be, man. Cozmik Mind UV is where you need to be. Gratitude for the latitude on all the new subscribers. Gratitude for all the new subscribers. Gratitude for your presence and your essence and your support. Make sure you put on your notification for the near shot. And make sure you share a lot of the content. Make sure you refer people to the space. Let's do some collaborations. We got some more collaboration for the near shot coming through. We got the Galactic Frequency show coming through soon, very, very, very soon. Ru Intari. You know what I mean? I finally got the name. I finally got it. You know what I mean? But yeah. Juices for the gods. Salute to the Nehru. But yeah, man. Let's get this, man. What's this? What the fuck is Cozmik talking about now? He always damn talking about something. He be talking people to damn death. What the hell is Cozmik talking about now? If black, indigenous, copper tone, the original Indians, goddammit, whatever you consider yourself to be, if we left just a percentage, 30%, 25%, 20%, etc. We just went ahead and be like, you know what? Who, what, when, and where? Let's just go elsewhere, huh? Wow, money can do a little bit. My money ain't funny, huh? We can get a little bit better weather, whatever other variety of notable positive things that you can get from that. But look, let's get to it. Let the players play, man. Share this out. Short answer up front. The sudden, or even gradual departure of black, indigenous, copper tone, the original people, etc., from the U.S. or this corporation or whatever you consider it to be, would produce sweeping economic, political, and cultural social shocks for the whole country and for the original people themselves. Ain't that something? It's a large, unlikely, unfortunately, and morally fraught hypothetical. So we'll walk through major effects in detail: population and workplace, economic and business, political and governance, civic life and goddamn motherfucking culture. Geographic and local impacts, and likely international and long-term goddamn consequences. We got to get some straightening around this motherfucker. We got to get some major straightening around this motherfucker. And cite the key facts used. Let's get it. Number one. What we got for number one? Scale. Who we're talking about. About 48 to 51 million people. Roughly 14 to 15% of the U.S. population, depending on the source / year, identify as black or African, indigenous, copper tone, etc. That's a very large portion of the population and workplace. Number two, immediate labor market and economic effects. Labor force and jobs. Black people make up roughly around 13%, or the original people, etc., of the civilian labor force, and a large share of some sectors: healthcare, social assistance, restaurante, transporte, public safety, labor intensive services. That's a lot of services, y'all. Ain't that something? Removing that share would create large, immediate work shortages in those sectors, raising labor costs, interrupting services, and causing productivity losses. Okay. So that we did labor force and jobs for that. So that's for the people that just you just stuck on these jobs. You hear me? Now let's get to the businesses and entrepreneurs and all of them over there. There are 195,000 Black, indigenous, Coppertone owned firms with hundreds of billions in receipts. So that's for y'all that's on the books. And about 1.6 million employees. Those firms are concentrated in certain industries, as we said before: healthcare, social acceptance, retail, personal services, etc. If those owners, right? If those owners, employees, and customers, right, left millions of jobs and services and industries, and over 200 billion in annual receipts would vanish or relocate. A major hit to local economies, payroll, taxes, or tax. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. Here we go. Gratitude. Let me see. 200 billion in annual receipts would vanish or relocate. A major hit to local economies, payrolls, tax revenue, and supply chains. And we all know that the taxes is bullshit any goddamn way. The tax you from motherfucking everything that motherfucking taxing. And goddamn it, go look up Sherry Jackson. Guess who Sherry Jackson is? Did I do a show about Sherry Jackson? Go look up. She is a melanin, indigenous, Black, copper tone, original being, man. See, this is why Cozmik do what he does, man. Go look up right here on YouTube. Her name is Sherry Jackson. Guess what she is? She is a former head tax IRA. Basically, she used to work for the IRS. And she said there is no law or tax code for taxation. She said back in the days, it was a dude that put an article in the paper, said he would give anyone $100,000 if you can show him any article, any law, any statute, any whatever for taxes. And that offer still stands today. But look, check this out. Okay, physical impact. Federal, state, and local tax bases would shrink. Income sales. Let's see. Income, sales, property taxes, while some safety net costs could fall short term. Municipal budgets in cities with high black populations like Atlanta, Mississippi, right? Amongst other places, policing, schools, transit could collapse or face several cuts because revenue and user base shrink, which most of us don't want to fuck the police with motherfucking any goddamn way. We know they not for us any goddamn way, huh? So what are you really missing out on? Being paranoid and shit? Ain't it, man? So what are you really missing out on? Being paranoid and shit, ain't it, man? PTSD and shit? That creates cascading service failures. Okay. Market disruption and inequality, which, oh man, inequality doesn't exist already? But here we go. Certain sectors, entertainment, sports, music, fashion, food, etc., would suffer immediate creative and consumer losses because indigenous, copper tone, black Americans, etc., are large contributors as creators, performers, entrepreneurs, and consumers. Supply/demand mismatches would push prices and wages unpredictably across industries. Overall GDP would fall. Now we not saying all black people, because I know you ain't gonna be all, because I could just hear y'all. I could just hear you. I could just hear thousands of hundreds of you. We talking about just 20%, 20 to 30%. We not talking about 100. This rest of you 70% can do what you gonna do. You could try to keep it afloat, baby, huh? We talking about 30%, 20 to 30% of what the 14 million, whatever it is, 30% of that. Brookings and others document the growing role of black entrepreneurship. So you mean to tell me they depend on you to be entrepreneurs? Isn't that something? That's something, ain't it? So not only do they depend on you to work for them and play their sports, and they depend on you to be entrepreneurs too. Ain't that something? Damn. We hold so much more leverage than we be thinking. Document the growing role of black entrepreneurship in recent years. Its sudden removal would thus erase a rising source of income growth. But income for who though? The people that's taxing your shit? Is it coming back to the way it's supposed to come back to, circulate to? Political and governance effects, voting and party politics. Even though both of the damn sides are paid off anyway, but let's just play the game. Fuck it. Black voters are a major voting bloc in many states and metropolitan areas. Their absence would reshape electoral outcomes, change which party controls key states, and reduce representation for many urban districts. That would alter national policy priorities, healthcare, blah, 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 and likely shift federal and state agendas. Local government and representation. Municipal governments and majority black or heavily indigenous black, etc. cities, countries would face empty seats, fewer elected officials from those communities, and immediate uh, legitimacy crisis. Redirecting congressional uh, apportionment and the electoral college math would also change if a large population um, cohort departs. Social infrastructure and civic life. Churches. Oh man, y'all know I'm gonna get on y'all about them dumbass churches, man. Cause a lot of y'all forget, regardless of how much they serve you, Jesus, nigga, and Sky Daddy, or whoever else they serve you, nigga, we forget that they are business. Did we forget that they are business? Did we forget that they are for? They say it's a non-profit, nigga. Them niggas is taking profit. Cause a non-profit mean you do everything for free and you get your check from the government on the back end. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me now. Okay. Social infrastructure and civic goddamn life. Churches, non-profits, community institutions. Black churches historically, black colleges and universities, which a lot of them are owned by the Rothschilds and all of them, but I ain't gonna get into that. Mutual aid groups and many community organizations are central and local to local social services, etc., etc. Their disappearance would remove huge amounts of informal social support, food banks, neighborhood organizing, voter mobilization, increasing social need, and creating service gaps immediately. But it's already gaps, y'all. That's what I'm saying to you. It's all of these inadequacies have already been there. Do you see what I'm saying? With you involved, it's still been there, right? With us, them, they, it's still been there. How long have people been bitching, complaining, activating, activism, all that shit? A livable fucking wage. How long? Since you was a child. Huh? Okay. Public safety and social cohesion. Short-term volatility could occur. Business closures, population flight, property vacancy, because there's a housing crisis as it is already. Do y'all know that? We're gonna do a show on that. That influences crime rates, which anyway. Housing markets and community stability in affected neighborhoods. The long-term social fabric of many societies would be fundamentally altered. Cultural and creative losses. Black Americans have disproportionate influence in music, film, fashion, sports, cuisine, language, and youth culture. But you get on a lot of these places, different platforms, man, we don't got this, we don't got that, man, we got more leverage than the motherfucker we're intellectually privy to, what we want to give ourselves credit for. A mass departure would not just remove performers and entrepreneurs, it would erase cultural production, slow innovation in creative industries. It was slow it in their shit. It was slow in their record labels, in their film companies that they own. It was slow in their shit. Do you get it? Not in your shit that you about to create. And change the nation's cultural export profile, global perceptions, of American culture would shift. Did you hear that? See Brookings in culture and cultural analyzes for entrepreneurship and cultural contributions. Brookings. So y'all check that article out. So that's what these articles. Where the fuck Cosmik did it? Is Brookings. Check out Brookings. They be analyzing melanin black people. Yeah. Geographic hotspots and unequal effects. Some cities and regions would be hit far harder. Atlanta, Detroit, New Orleans, parts of Southeast, large swaths of major northeastern and mid-eastern metro areas, and many inner city neighborhoods. Those places rely heavy on black residents. They rely on your ass to be there. Ain't they, man? Ain't they, man? I be telling these melanin people they stop fucking with it. You got to stop fucking with it. You, them, they know. What you mean, Cozmik? How we shut this shit down? You stop fucking with it. And we collaborate with each other and do our own shit in a large enough portion that it would make an effect to where it would be an expeditious. Because I mean, it's already a recession, right? It's already a shutdown. What you hear? I mean, am I right or wrong? Am I bugging? Somebody put in the comments, is Cozmik bugging? You, them, they, those, your ancestors for generations been here, all that shit. You been here and it's still been fucked up, right? It's still been bullshit, right? So what's gonna be different? You get yourself about the shit. You just stop fucking with it. I mean, I'm just saying. Those places rely heavily on black residents as workers. As what? They rely heavily on black residents as workers, entrepreneurs, taxpayers, cultural drivers, and civic leaders. We all know that if shit is all European, majority ain't nobody fucking with that shit of other groups. A lot of their group ain't gonna fuck with it. Their local economies and housing markets would face disproportionate collapse. Oh man. You mean the housing market that's been funny as shit with the redlining and all the funny ass practices anyway? Oh, international and geopolitical effects, diaspora dynamics. Where do departing black Americans go if they relocate to other countries or form a new polity? There would be diplomatic, integration, and security implications. Massive immigration would require international agreements, refugee resettlement logistics, and would affect remnants of global labor markets. Soft power, America's global culture influence, movies, films, sports, etc. would be diminished. But y'all, them, they, those, whoever it is, I don't care what level it is, you dudes that's so dedicated to watching the game, you dedicated to watching your brethren run around for European owners. That what you dedicated to watching? And your viewership fattens their pockets as well. Let's not act like they don't have contracts with the motherfucking the outlets. Huh? So just you watching the game, you putting money in their motherfucking pocket. All you do is to buy the memorabilia, the jerseys, the cups, the stuff. You ask them same dudes, put some money up for something that's whatever have you. It could be a community garden. It could be any motherfucking thing. These same motherfucking dudes, these same ass dudes, or women, because women are sports nuts now, too. It be crickets. But when it come to white daddy, European daddy, Caucasoid daddy, Chinese daddy, Asian daddy, and mama, y'all are quick to support that shit and be loyal to it too. And yeah, they put blackface on shit just like they do the mega churches, right? That's the only way you gonna go. They know you not going to no damn European ass church. So they gonna put a goddamn what? Come on. They gonna put somebody that what? You can relate to closely, close enough to you to draw you in. They know they ain't gonna send no Macbeth and get no massive melanin black people. Affecting exports and cultural diplomacy. Effects on black people who leave. This scenario isn't just an abstract loss to the U.S. It involves real human costs and dangers, displacement, loss of citizenship rights, depending on how departure happens. You don't really have rights any fucking way because you're on the fucking straw man. Yo, listen. Did they say human rights? Did they say that? Brothers, sisters, especially in New York, you don't get your air quote human rights violated all the time. So what the fuck would we, them, they, those be losing? Separation from families. Most motherfuckers are scattered all over the place anyway. Most people aren't doing no family compounds and most people ain't moving like Hispanics. Most and Chinese and the rest of most black people is scattered every fucking where anyway. So what are you missing? Economic uncertainty, trauma, which has already been there anyway, and the challenge of rebuilding institutions elsewhere. So what? Historically, mass migrations produce both opportunity and severe hardships. But you got hardships there anyway, here anyway. The moral and human consequences would be enormous. Practical realities, and which means it's going to be a little bit of sting in the beginning, but you'll thrive in the end, goddammit. Practical realities and important caveats. This scenario is highly implausible as a voluntary, peaceful, and total departure. People are diaspored across the country, have family ties, property, which is a lot of y'all family ties. You need to cut them bitches, ain't it? You need to do some cord cutting rituals and cut them toxic ass shits. Property, you could just, shit, do something with it. Sell it, collaborate with somebody, do something with it. Use that money to go fund your project elsewhere. Shit. Legal constraints. Go somewhere where they gonna value your land. They gonna give you gonna get more bang for your land. Your land ain't gonna be getting chemtrails and shit on it and shit. And diverse political views. Any attempt to force such a departure would be unethical and illegal. But why? Why is it illegal for you to move around? I don't get that. Why? So it's illegal for a solid proportion of black people to relocate, not necessarily to what they call Africa, just any other more productive area. You feel me? Any other more productive area. The scale of disruption depends on how it happens. Sudden versus gradual, voluntary versus force, selective, and Sarah Lee said we got to have forced cooperation. Didn't she say that in one of her lectures? Only migrants versus total. Sudden departure would cause immediate chaos. A slow, voluntary relocation over decades would allow partial economic and political adaptation. Quick summary. But like I said again, this shit already shut down now. So what would it even matter? Just extract yourself and go to somewhere that's more productive. I'm just saying. Quick summary of likely measurable effects. U.S. GDP would take a measurable hit. Loss of workers, because that's all they really care about your ass being anyway, and that's what most of y'all love being as workers for this shit. But then you don't like this shit so bad. Entrepreneurs, consumers, especially the damn consumer side. Municipal budgets in many cities would shrink sharply. Services would suffer. Electoral, which the services are already suffering anyway. They are, electoral maps and policy priorities would shift significantly. Creative industries and cultural exports would be diminished. Black people would face major upheaval and risk. Key baseline facts used. Black population share 14-15%. Black, the original capital, etc. population in the labor force, 13%. 195,000 black-owned firms with 212 billion receipts and 1.6 million employees, man. What you mean they not depending on you to goddamn keep this shit running, man? Huh? We complaining about shit that we can goddamn control for real and shut the fuck down. But, however, motherfuckers are so psychologically scattered. If you want, okay, let me see. Let's see. Should black people consider all the above and why? Yes. The original people, black people, etc., should consider all the above. However, not because leaving the U.S. is necessary, however, necessarily the move, rather because overstanding what would happen if the original people left reveals how powerful, essential, and systematically unvalued black presence truly is. Let's rewind that back. It will reveal what? If black people left, the original people left, just a percentage, 20 to 30%. How it will reveal how powerful, essential, and systematically undervalued the original etc. black presence truly is, economically, spiritually, politically, and culturally. But we undervalue our motherfucking selves. That's the biggest undervaluers. If that's a word, fuck it. Let's break it down, man. And we almost there, y'all. We'll get to the conclusion right after this. We the fuck up out of here. Awareness of collective power. Thinking through that scenario forces a deep realization. Without black innovation, labor, creativity, and spirit, and just your fucking spirit, man. What you mean they harvesting our energy, Cozmik? At these jobs and schools and churches and shit. the entire structure of America would falter. Original people, black people, are not merely participants in the system, they are architects and sustainers of its rhythm, wealth, and cultural pulse. Hmm? Hmm. So all of this stuff we complaining about on whatever level it's on, we literally have them, they, those, have way more fucking leverage and control than we know. Or we know it and we just don't give a fuck. Or we too lazy to exercise the shit. Why this matters? When you recognize your true value, you stop negotiating your worth. When you recognize your true value, you stop negotiating your worth through systems that depend on your energy or energy. However, rarely honor it. Contemplating quote unquote what if we left end quote becomes a mirror showing how irreplaceable your contributions are. Strategic consciousness, considering that scenario, allows for strategic reflection rather than reaction. Questions worth asking. How would we build systems of wealth, healing, and governance, whether inside or outside of America? Which all you got to do is already being done. You just got to collaborate with the copper tone beings like Burkina Faso and etc. that's already doing it. What if quote unquote leaving doesn't mean physical departure, however, withdrawing energetic dependence from oppressive structure? Ooh, that could mean creating black-owned banking systems, schools, and media. Building, salute the Q Butter too. XEX Institute. We supposed to be hopefully having an interview with Q Butter soon. That is a melanin operated, owned, and ran STEM school, etc. So he gonna be able to tell you more about that. Building diaspora bridges with Africa, the Caribbean, and South America, forming networks that can sustain liberation without needing approval from dominant power. So, quote unquote, should we leave, end quote, becomes, should we be able to thrive anywhere, including here, on our own terms? Economic self-realization. The U.S. economy runs on black spending. The U.S. economy runs on black spending, labor, and culture. Damn, man. Yet, that energy often leaves the community and enriches others. Yet, that energy often leaves the community and enriches others. By reflecting on what would happen if black people left, you see the economic leverage available right now. For example, black buying power exceeds 1.7 trillion annually, redirecting even just half of it, of that inward to black-owned businesses, land, and global diaspora trade would create generational self-sufficiency. Why this matters? You don't need to leave the U.S. to exit the matrix. You can reprogram it from within by controlling where your energy and resources go. So, spiritual and ancestral healing. From a higher vibration or kinetic perspective, every civilization must eventually reckon with the forces that built it. The original people, black people, etc., are the spiritual heart of this land, the quote-unquote keepers of the flame, end quote. to even imagine what would happen if that flame left is to measure the spiritual imbalance that would remain. Why consider it? Because it awakens ancestral remembrance, the call to return to balance, sovereignty, and divine order, Mayat. It's a reminder your exodus doesn't have to be physical, and it can be physical too. You hear me? It can be spiritual, mental, and economic. And I just don't think enough of melanin indigenous copper tone people just have enough discipline to do that. So they just don't need to be around it altogether. All right? Just like most we gonna talk about the over obesity in the black community too. See, we don't have discipline on what we eat, no less. Come on now. Practical empowerment. Considering this scenario answers questions like, what would we need to survive anywhere on Earth? What systems must we build to no longer depend on institutions that harm us? How can we preserve our genius and protect our children for 500 years forward? That's nation building consciousness, not escapism. In summary, the original people should reflect on the idea of quote unquote leaving the US, end quote, not as an act of running away, however, as a spiritual audit of power, purpose, and preparation. It's about asking, what would the world lose if we were gone? And we are what we are losing by staying unfree, and what we are losing by staying unfree. Once that truth is felt, the path forward becomes clear. Build unity and elevate, whether here in Africa or across the global diaspora. Where should black people consider relocating? Practical locations, nations welcoming to the African diaspora. Several countries actively invite or support Black Americans and the African diaspora, etc., to settle, invest, and gain citizenship. These are nations where the social, cultural, and political climates are more open to Pan-African or African indigenous, etc. connections. So why do y'all fight to stay here so bad? I just don't understand it. To me, that is Stockholm syndrome like a motherfucker. You love your abuser so bad that you got to be in the proximity of that motherfucker. But anyway, countries, top nations to consider. Country, Ghana. Why consider it? Year of return, 2019, opened the door for diaspora, etc. Strong political stability, friendly locals, vibrant culture, English speaking, opportunities and notes, diaspora, land programs, dual citizenship. So you can come back if you just want to come back here so bad, you can come back and visit. Pathways, growing expat community. Sierra Leone, I told y'all on fan base. Salute the fan base, fam. Hopefully they'll get that over there cleaned up over there. But I told y'all, Sierra Leone just recently offered citizenship to people of African descent who can trace lineage through DNA, deep spiritual and ancestral residence, access to land, affordable living, beautiful coastline, slower lifestyle. The Gambia, one of the most peaceful West African nations, known for welcoming Black Americans since the 1990s. So why is we beefing with African people? We ain't from there. We don't fuck with them. They don't fuck with us. It says it's been welcoming Black Americans since 1990s. The Gambia, nigga. What is you niggas talking about? This is why I be talking about looking shit up as opposed to being emotionally, intellectually unprepared. Cause a lot of y'all speak from emotions and not no fucking thorough research at all. And this is how we stay in this loop of bullshit. Now, easy residence visa, growing eco villages, and spiritual communities. Tanzania, natural beauty, strong Pan-African or African indigenous spirit, legacy, etc. Increasing number of Black Americans, repets, Swahili speaking nation, slower bureaucracy, however, affordable land, South Africa, modern infrastructure, economic opportunities, diverse Black culture. But y'all over here talking about we ain't from there. We not that. You so stupid in a dumb stupor with that shit. That you not looking at the opportunities, man. But the Chinaman is. But the Chinaman is. But you niggas is so in your man. Ooh, it's some sad shit, bro. Urban safety varies by area, good for professionals and entrepreneurs. Nibia, safe, um, good governance, English speaking, great for sustainable farming and business investment. Caribbean and Latin American options: Barbados, Jamaica, Belize, Costa Rica, Brazil. Why consider it? Welcome stamp program, quote unquote welcome stamp program. This is Barbados for long stays, English speaking, stable, strong Black leadership, higher cost of living. However, good digital nomad setup. Jamaica, deep cultural kinship. And by the way, that storm hit a part of Jamaica, not all of Jamaica, because I got some peoples over there. So anyway, that's what they do. Or that's what a lot of us feed into. They show us one part of a place, and then we think it's the whole place. Anyway, deep cultural kinship, strong ancestral vibration, English speaking, good for creatives and spiritual retreats. We need to learn a language anyway and stop speaking this English European shit anyway. Belize, English speaking, tropical, easy residence, small Black population, however, open to diaspora settlers. That's good. It's good. Help build it up. Costa Rica, Afro-Caribbean culture on the East Coast, eco-conscious lifestyle, peaceful. However, cost of living a little higher. Hell, cost of living is high here. At least you had a peace of mind. So look, would you rather have high cost of living and you be fucked up in the mind and spirit and still fucked up in the pockets? Or would you rather live with quality and still be at peace? Ain't it, man? Belize, majority of the state Afro-Belizean, or Brazilian, strong ancestral presence, etc. Portuguese speaking, bureaucracy complex, however, rich Black culture, ancestral and spiritual considerations from Kemetic and ancestral lens. The question isn't just where to go, however, where your spirit calls you home. West Africa resonance with those drawn to ancestral reclamation, the land of origin, rhythm, and resonance. East Africa, Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania holds ancient spiritual frequencies connected to early civilizations and divine wisdom. The Caribbean carries the memory of survival and resistance, the alchemy of transformation through fire. Come on, man. See, if you really on your spiritual shit, you need to move around and go to different places just to get different levels of goddamn spiritual activation, nigga. Because this shit over here is gonna limit your shit. Come on, man. Central and South America echo the hidden tribes of maroon settlements that refused enslavement, freedom embodied. When you meditate or do ancestral work, ask, where does my blood quicken when I hear its name? That's your energetic homeland, ain't it, man? Uh, Strategic relocation vision beyond geography. True liberation may not only be mean physically leaving the U.S., however, creating self-sufficient networks across the diaspora that looks like diaspora eco villages in Africa and the Caribbean, shared eco hubs, black-owned banks, digital currencies, trade routes. See, we could build our own stuff through them. Take our take our spending and our whatever and link with the other our distant cousins or not. You feel me? Global media and storytelling, reclaiming the narrative of black divinity and brilliance. You can think of it as forming a global sacred space. Isn't that something? Salute to Empress Star taking you far no matter where you are, my lovely co-host. She gonna hold you close. She'll be through soon on the next show, where the original people can live, create, heal, and govern under my yacht. Truth, balance, and reciprocity. So for y'all to be saying, well, I don't really fuck with Kimmy. Well, you don't fuck with universal divine principles. That's why you fucked up. That's why you fucked up. Hmm? Okay. Uh Guiding questions for decision before relocating. Every black family, individual, original, should reflect on, can I sustain myself economically there, wherever that place is? Does the culture support my identity and freedom, wherever that place is? Will I be more spiritually and mentally free than in the US? Will I be more spiritually and mentally free than in the US? Wherever that place is, am I helping to build something lasting for future generations? Huh? In summary, the original people should consider relocation as strategy, not escape. Let me get my sippy sip from the cup of cob. It's about remembering that home is not just America's soil. It's anywhere your spirit and sovereignty can root, thrive, and expand. Let's go back again, because a lot of y'all are just hell and heaven and whatever bent on this shit over here. It's not about escape. It's about remembering that home is not just America or this place soil. It's anywhere your spirit and sovereignty can root, thrive, and expand. Put that shit on your brain. The true exodus is not just running away, it is remembering who you were before captivity and building that world again. Conclusion summary. We are at the conclusion. Here's a comprehensive conclusion summary tying together all the above: the vision, the meaning, and the mission for the original black Copperstone people, considering life beyond this United States corporation, this landmass, whatever the fuck you call this goddamn place. Grand conclusion: from reflection to reclamation for the near shot. The power of reflection. Imagining what would happen if the original people, black people, Copperstone people, left the United States isn't a fantasy, it's a mirror. You talking about shadow work, we talking about mirror work. It reveals how deeply the indigenous indigenous copper tone black energy or inner chi, intellect, creativity, and labor sustain the very core of America. Hmm? Without that divine essence, the nation's economy, culture, and spiritual rhythm would collapse. This realization reminds the original people, black, copper, tone, whatever you call yourself, whatever you subscribe to, of their true worth and global power, that they are not guests in someone else's house. Let's say that one more time. That they are not guests in someone else's house or fucking land. Because this is our shit. And even over there, let's not get this shit twisted. The map was turned upside down. This is the real Kemet. But anyway, you may as well say everywhere is Africa. If we want to go by pyramids and all that other shit. Yeah, man. But anyway, however, builders of civilization. Number 2, the lesson beneath the thought. The deeper purpose of considering departure is not escape. Please hear that part right there. Because a lot of y'all be saying that too. I ain't gonna be running away. It's about being smart. Huh? And strategic. It is awareness and sovereignty to even ask, quote unquote, what if we left, end quote. I'm going to do that on fan base today. What if black people left a percentage, just enough of a percentage to see this bitch fall quicker? Because it's already done. It's already done anyway. It's just the indoctrinated psychosis that a lot of our melanin black brothers and sisters in the copper tone, etc., still hold to this shit. It is to awaken a collective knowing that says we are essential, we are divine, and we are free to choose our destiny. Through that awareness, the original people can withdraw energetic, because a lot of time we just talk about physical labor. What about your energetic, intellectual properties and shit? This is how these different facilities are harvesting our energy, them, they, those, and not me, man. I don't be in churches and shit like that. But anyway, and jobs and shit. But anyway, withdraw energetic and economic dependence from systems that exploit. Reclaim control over wealth, knowledge, and or education, because there's a difference, spirituality, and governance. Reconnect with ancestral lineages that predate oppression. It's a shift from surviving within a system to building new systems. The pathways forward, if black or the original people, etc., choose to stay in the U.S., the mission is reconstruction from within. The build black-owned business ecosystems of health, land, and wealth, create education and or knowledge, and spiritual centers grounded in truth, mayat, and ancestral wisdom. Circulate the 1.7 trillion in black spending within the community, turning consumption into liberation. So that's why I did the show the other day on Fanbase. What are y'all, them, they, those, black people, original people, copper tone, brown people, whatever you consider yourself to be, what are y'all willing to sacrifice, yeah? What are y'all willing to give up? What are y'all willing to fall back from? What are you willing to decrease? Whatever. I'm just saying, consumption of, because we got to put that. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the fellas just as much as I'm on the women. Ladies, are y'all gonna stop buying the weave and the bullshit and the lashes and the weave and the ones that's going to the mega churches? Fellas, are y'all gonna stop going? celebrity worship these athletes and shit like that and all of that. And you know what? On the reverse polarity, are y'all black athletes? Because I know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all in that secret society shit. But however, are y'all black athletes going to awaken and start your own league? You gonna start your own shit? Because we all, well, most people don't know, but what you think NFL or the NBA will look like with all European players? Would you watch it? Even some Europeans wouldn't watch it. How about that? Even a lot of Europeans wouldn't watch sports no more. Do you hear what I said? If it was all Europeans on the fucking screen, do you hear what I said? Y'all ain't programming what I'm saying. If they choose to relocate, the mission is reconnection across the diaspora. Countries like Ghana, Sierra Leone, the Gambia, Tanzania, Barbados, welcome the diaspora with open arms. However, we want to keep arguing over staying somewhere that has been stabbing us up, bombing us, flooding us, all that shit. Huh? And they still sabotaging melanin people today, baby. They still sabotaging farmers. Use TikTok for what it's for, to expose truth. Go look up the black farmers today, right now, as I'm talking to you, that they are fucking over, okay? All right. These lands offer space for sovereignty, spiritual rebirth, and generational building. So why not go somewhere else, run the bag up, and then come back? Why not do that? Go somewhere else. Let me run this bag up. Let me get my health and my nervous system together. And then I'll be back. I'll be back so much better to serve. Because how you gonna serve if your cup runneth over and your cup is not all the way solid? Your stuff is not all, your cups aren't all the way full. Your systems of how the cup get filled isn't all the way together. Collective migration should focus on community, infrastructure, and cultural preservation, not assimilation. Like, instead of using Alibaba and the Chinese people, use African suppliers, or whatever other suppliers. So salute to Juices for the Gods, you know what I mean? Ru Intari, you hear me? The spiritual meaning from the lens of Tahuti and Mayat. This entire question is about divine balance and remembrance. The original people are the living archives of Earth's wisdom. Whenever they plant their energy or energy, the soil awakens. Ain't that something? So whether in America or abroad, the call is the same. Quote unquote, return to yourself, ain't it, man? Rebuild your world. Walk in divine order, end quote. Freedom is not just movement of the body, it is liberation of the mind, man. That's what I'm on fan base to do. Make you think, elevate your goddamn consciousness. Fuck what you haven't been doing. When you run into me, you gonna start doing it eventually, even if you hate it at first. Restoration of the spirit and unity of the people. The vision of the future. The next evolution of the original people is global. Nationhood. Fuck a neighborhood. Let's get the nationhoods together. Connected across continents. United by culture, powered by spirit. That's why Ibrahim Shiore is saying a united Africa. Drop out states, though. If he could just drop out states, that would be great. However, whatever, all right? United Africa. I'm going to say United Africa. I don't like states because I don't like any rendition of this shit over here. However, yes, keep on going. Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, and the ones that have aligned with them as well. Please stop taking China. Or if you're gonna fuck with China, make sure It ain't no fuck shit, please, or small print. Okay, imagine diaspora eco cities grounded in sustainability and ancestral design, global trade routes between Africa, the Caribbean, and Black America. We look, watch this. If we take our dollars from the China too now, let's not just talk about the European. Hmm? The Chinese, the Asians, every other ethnic group is winning off of that 1.7 no plus trillion. Hmm? Except the indigenous Capitone, the original goddamn people. Hmm? Okay, it's a global trade routes between Africa, Caribbean, and Black America. Shared digital currency, media, and education systems between systems built by and for the people, sacred spaces of healing. Salute the Empress Star, taking you far no matter where you are. My beautiful feminine codes, the feminine energy got to come through here on the balance, divine balance, and innovation, where Black divinity is the default, not the exception. That's the prophecy and the plan. Final word. Whether you stay or go, the real journey is home, and home is whenever the original Black brilliance builds its own reality. You hear that? To consider leaving is to awaken power. To build whenever you are is to claim destiny. To build wherever you are is to reclaim destiny or claim destiny. To unite across borders is to fulfill prophecy. The future belongs to a reawakened Black nation or original copper tone, etc. nation. Global sovereign and divine. Oh man, that is the conclusion of this show, man. I hope y'all shared this, man. I hope y'all shared this. This is Cosmic Mind UV, everywhere you motherfucker need to be. Earth, gratitude for me using your phone and your device for my notes. But yeah, man, yeah. This Cosmic Mind UV, man. This is what I'm about, man. We about thought-provoking content. We gonna shake up your goddamn frequency waves in that physical specimen that we call a brain. You hear me? We gonna recalibrate your uploads and downloads from the unseen mind. You hear me? And then goddamn send it all the way down the Kundalini spine, ain't it, man? So look, man. This is Cosmic Mind UV. For collaboration, I've offered many people, indigenous copper tone people, collaboration opportunities. Yeah, man, come on through, slide through, let's collaborate. Excuse me, it's time and space. It is beyond, it's overdue. The alarm clock is going off spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. It's time now for us to do shit. All that playing and outdated talking and obsolete talking points and obsolete thought patterns and frequencies. Yo, come on, son. You got to get the fuck up out of the way. But salute to you, man. Y'all come over to my fan base page, Cosmic Minds. Y'all check out my unique chats that I'm gonna be putting together. And hopefully, I get me a few people in there today, because yeah, man, we gotta get out of the Sky Daddy syndrome, man. Ain't no such thing as you don't know no more. I don't know. You just steady doing that bullshit. So, Royal Day, peace and abundance, and guess what? Guess what? Cosmic Mind UV.